Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today is a to pull or not to pull video on the new Vincent and Aerith banner. I will also be touching briefly on the new limit break draw, since I didn't get the opportunity to make a video for that since I just moved to Peru. That being said, let's jump over to the draw and let's check out what is going on over here. All right, so we're going to go to the new featured draw right here. It is going to be showcasing Aerith and Vincent. And the first thing I like to do is check out their animations. So here's Aerith's right here in her new dress. Pretty chill, nothing crazy. Here's Vincent's. That one's actually not bad at all. All right, now I'm going to jump in and we're going to take a look at the costumes themselves. Whoa, I actually really like that. In the picture, you couldn't really see this part of her dress where it's like kind of translucent. That's actually really interesting. I feel like I've never really seen anything like that before. So that's actually really cool. I like her little heels down there. I like the summer vibes and the oranges. I love me some orange juice. But all in all, it's pretty cool. It seems pretty like chill, like something you would just wear on like a nice spring day. So it does look good. I mean, Aerith is gonna rock these dresses better than anyone. So she does look really awesome. Jumping over to Vincent here. Vincent is looking pretty sleek, like I said in the last video. I like his gun as well. He's got his holster right here. He's got the purple pants and the dress shoes, but he's also got like the frickin' bronze gauntlet going on. He's got the tie. For me personally, I think this looks cool, but I like more of the fantasy style costumes. So for me, like aesthetically, I wouldn't pull on this one, even if I would. I mean, just like taking it in terms of how it looks, just because I want something more like with a full fantasy vibe. If I'm going to be, you know, putting this on one of my characters, I really like Vincent's last one though, even though that one's not super fantasy. It looks more like modern fashion trend in Japan for his white dog costume. But all in all, pretty sick. If someone's going to pull off this look right here, it is Vincent, and he looks pretty badass, not going to lie. All right, so let's take a look at the stamp card. I am like praying for the day when we get a stamp card number 2 that reflects a limited banner where there's like guaranteed weapons here. I feel like they need to do that for all banners sooner rather than later. It would be really important. But let's take a look at the actual, I guess we'll start with Aerith. So in my previous video, we did touch on this. So it does look like HP plus 5% and magic defense plus 15% is going to be pretty phenomenal for a first R ability on a costume. And the magic ability mastery right here, hard to go wrong with this as well. Really, really solid for Aerith because she has a bunch of different elemental weapons. And if you don't have those costumes for those or those arcanums, this is going to basically work across the board. Now, I do want to preface this video where despite however good these things may be right now, I do not think it is worth it to be pulling on basically any banner for the next 5 weeks. We have the 1-year anniversary coming, guys. It is going to be like huge, and we have no idea how many banners are going to drop. I'm guessing 3. I would guess that Tifa's going to get a Wind Arcanum costume. I think that light and dark as elements have a very, very, very good chance of dropping at the 1-year anniversary. They were data mined over 6 months ago, and I could just see a Cloud, Sephiroth, light, dark banner. If that's true, I want to have all my crystals saved just to go for that. However, I think that if you are under 100k right now, this banner is an instant skip. Instant skip, guys, if you're under 100k. If you're over 100k, right, then there are, you know, some leeway here. If you have a lot of Aerith's weapons, but not many of her arcanums, this could be really solid for your account. You know, I think anyone who probably skipped Vincent's last banner, the limit break draw banner, is probably not going to be pulling on this one. They'll be saving. The costume is pretty sick for sure. Like if we go to it, it has the same HP, magic defense 15%, and the magic ability mastery, which is going to be pretty awesome because it's going to basically work with like any elemental weapon moving forward along with non-elemental magic, which is really, really, really solid. But the question is this going to be worth a different banner during the 1-year anniversary? And my consensus on this is definitely not, guys. However, if you did not pull the Limit Break Draw banner and you do have over 100k and you do like Vincent and you are interested in having a magic ability mastery, it could be worth it to go to 30k on this banner. But you don't want to be, I think for the 1-year anniversary, you guys want to be at like 100k minimum going into that. And honestly, if we had 3 limited banners in the 1-year anniversary, you know, you probably want more like 150k, right? But like 100k is doable. You could choose 2 banners, drop 50k on each one, and as long as you have decent luck, you should be more or less well off. So despite how good this is right now, and I tell you guys, every single banner that's about to drop in the next 5 weeks is going to be Applebot doing everything in their power to get you to spend your crystals, because they know that for the 1-year anniversary, they are going to put out stuff that's so freaking tempting that it's going to be almost impossible to not freaking open the wallet and try to go for it. So you guys have to really keep that in mind and be super, super disciplined going into this. So like I said, for me, my recommendation, if you don't have more than 100k saved up right now, probably going to skip these guys. Save for the anniversary. Those weapons are going to be very, very, very powerful in the future, and I think they're just super, super solid. Now, that being said, for those of you guys that are going to pull, for those of you that do have the crystals saved up, and for those of you guys whose account this will really help out, let's take a look at the weapons. So the Citric Wand at base 5-star is going to do ice damage, increased potency mid. So at base 5-star, it goes to mid. We're going to get a 7% heal, and when Aerith's HP is 50% or more, magic attack is going to increase to the ally. Okay, that was my question. Now for the R abilities here, we're looking at magic attack and buff debuff extension, both super solid. Let's look at the support materia. Magic ability damage 20%, ice ability damage 30%, super solid on a weapon like this, and circle sigil boost. So it does look like this can be placed in the main hand as well. Now if we jump to OB6, we have 534 magic attack. The ice boost will go instant high, which is super solid. So this is looking like a wish list weapon for me. The problem is that I wish this went mid to high at base 5-star. The fact that you have to get it to OB6 to hit high makes it more of a whale tier weapon, I think, than something that's more readily available to light spenders / free to play. So if you can slot a place in your wish list in the future, you will be probably going to OB6 at a minimum. Now, what's nice about this at OB6 is also the magic attack increase will also go to high. It does look like the magic attack R abilities will be at 27 and 36 on buff debuff extension at OB6, which is solid. So if we look at it at OB10, buff debuff extension 52, magic attack 31, very solid R abilities here. These are really, really good if you're looking for R abilities, and everything else is more or less the same. It does look like the magic attack stays mid to high from OB6 to OB10, and this one stays more or less the same as well, with a final magic attack stat of 583. So overall, a pretty solid weapon. I'll give it an A. I would give it an S if it went mid to high at base 5-star, but since you have to get it all the way to OB6, I'm docking a letter for that. All right, but the R abilities S tier right there, super, super solid. I love the buff debuff extension being that high, magic attack being lower. You don't really need it. It's a lot easier to hit 7 these days than it has been in the past. Now, other than that, we also have Vincent's weapon. So let's go over here to Vincent's weapon. All right, at base 5-star, we have Hugin and Moonin. It looks like 285 magic attack, base 5-star, 650% damage, crit rate 10%, and increases the limit gauge by 4%. We have 40 magic attack stat at base 5-star level 120 with boost magic ability potency at 8 right here. Now looking at the support materia, we have magic ability damage 20%, ice ability damage 30%, very interesting right there, and triangle sigil boost. It looks like every single one of Vincent's weapons have triangle sigil boost, so it will be nice to get something for him in the future that is something other than triangle. Looks like they probably, I think just got unlucky with this event being a triangle sigil, and that's why this is this, but he definitely needs something other than triangle on his weapons, guys. All right, so other than that, jumping back, let's take a look at OB6. Huge DPS boost up to 1140% magic non-elemental damage. The crit rate stays at 10%. Limit gauge hits its max at 5%. We have boost magic attack going to 54 right here, but magic ability potency staying low at 18. And if we look at it at max level 120, we hit 13%. Essentially a ceremonial sword Z, except for the fact that it has one less ATB cost. So this is a very, very potent weapon because it does not cost 5 ATB like the ceremonial sword Z. So very, very kind of reminisce of Zidane's sword originally. So honestly, a very powerful weapon. Problem is that, like I said, 1 year anniversary is right around the corner, guys, and everything that comes out during that point in time is just going to make this look like yesterday's news. So I know it's great. I'm definitely going to wishlist it. I wish I had the costume to pair with it, but I'll just have to wait for another one in the future. I love the magic attack at 62, but the boost magic ability potency only at 26, I think docks the R abilities down to an A. The overall weapon itself, I will give an A+, not quite S, just because of this R ability right here, but everything else is looking super solid on it. I will be wishlisting this weapon in the future for Vincent. And yeah, so essentially that is my thoughts on this banner, guys. If you have over 100k, it's definitely considerable. If you do not have over 100k, I highly recommend waiting for the 1 year anniversary, or at least waiting to see what other banners are around the corner, because they're going to be trying to hit us with everything they have in the next 5 weeks to get us to drop our crystals, and we need to stay strong. That being said, I'm going to jump over to the new limit break draw, and I'm just going to like briefly touch on this, guys. This banner, I think, it's a double-edged sword. If you get good luck on it, it's a great banner. If you don't get good luck on it, and then you get screwed right before going into the 1 year anniversary, that's just going to royally suck. So that's just something to keep in mind. I also recommend on this banner not pulling unless you're like probably above 80 to 100k, just like the other one. I do think that this banner right here has a much higher value than this one right here, right? All 4 of the previous limit break draw weapons are on this banner. You can get all the costumes on this banner as well. So if you are trying to decide between the two, this is definitely the way to go. Now, for the player who asked me if he had 200,000 crystals and was not here for the 6-month anniversary, should he pull? I think, dude, if you have 200,000 crystals and you don't have any of these weapons or these costumes, you can at least drop 50k on this. If you drop 50k and you still have 5 weeks of saving, right? And you're at 150k, you're still going to be at like what, 170, 175 by the 1 year anniversary. And if you're a light spender, you are more than set going into that anniversary. These are really solid. Honestly, all these weapons are really good. The thing is that you really want to get them to OB6 for them to be truly viable for content. So that is the tricky part there. So you're really just going to have to figure out how to do this, where to put the weapons, you know, and kind of chase one more than others, guys. So honestly, they're all really good. I do recommend Clouds and Sephiroths more so than the other ones, guys. And then probably with Glenn's coming in and Zax as well. But Cloud and Sephiroths are super, super, super solid. Great weapons. Sephiroth is just an amazing weapon, amazing costume. It's just really solid. So yeah, that's essentially my thoughts on this limit break draw banner as well, guys. It is a super solid one, but if you get burnt on the luck, it's going to really hurt. And like I said, guys, I recommend going into the 1 year anniversary with at least 100,000 crystals saved. We probably got another 20 to 30,000 that we'll collect in the time from now until then. So you guys can see I'm pretty much right on 100k. So I don't really have any wiggle room to pull at all. That being said, if you guys are pulling, I wish you guys the best of luck. Obviously, pull for what you want for your account, what is best for your account, and what you think is fun in the game. So I do wish you guys great luck out there. I hope that it pans out. That being said, I'll catch you guys on another video. If you thought this one was helpful to you guys, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.